Coming to you from David Noonan Field here at Hillsborough High School here in Hillsborough, New Jersey. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hillsborough High School football here on the HSG Network. And those of you watching on NFHS, thanks for joining us here on a beautiful Friday, mid-October night as here come the Raiders into their home stands as they have their home finale against the Piscataway Chiefs. Another great matchup, just like we had last week against Bridgewater Raritan. Should be just as entertaining. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm Tom Wilkins with Joey Pagan. Howard Gaber taking care of the controls. Hillsborough coming off a big 30-18 win over Bridgewater Raritan last week. Joey, what's it going to take to get them to 500?
Wow, they're going to have to play an exceptional game today. Defensively wise, they have to make sure that they play lights out on defense tonight and eliminate the turnovers or minimize them as much as possible so that this way they can, overcome those problems that they have.
And the thing is, you have to remember, Piscataway is going to be targeting one person on Hillsborough. His name, Andrew Schwartz. He's been on a roll. 10 touchdowns the last 3 games, including back-to-back 4-touchdown performances. I'm sure he's going to be looking for more as we head into tonight's matchup. So why don't we take it down to head official Jim Capora. He'll be doing the coin toss. You'll see Hillsborough in the black uniforms with gold numerals and Piscataway in their white uniforms with black numerals. Let's go down to the ref.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, how you doing, sir? Shake my hand, please. Thank you. Okay, all right, I want to shake hands with Hillsborough in just a second. All right, Captain, good to meet you, sir. My pleasure, Captain. My pleasure. Okay, all right, very good. Okay, shake hands, man. Okay. All right, man, that's quickly, all right? That's Frank. The clock is okay. All right, so we'll stop at 12 minutes. We're Piscataway, 5-year talking, correct? Sir. All right, sir, there is the tails. The heads is the flag. Head, tails, okay? Same thing here. Tails, heads, tails, flags ahead. Captain, what are you going to call? Please call tails again so we have no misunderstanding, all right? Thank you, sir. Tails is called. It's a head, your option. Okay, stay right there. Okay, you're going to receive. Okay, which way? Okay, you want to turn this way. Black over here, Hillsborough over here, I should say. Okay. First half, Hillsborough wins the toss. They'll receive. They take the play.
That's okay. We've actually gotten ourselves here. I didn't even see the thing was on, but Hillsborough did win the toss, and they'll receive to start tonight's contest, and they'll be moving right to left, and Piscataway left to right, and we'll switch sides during the second quarter. We'll have more of this game in a moment, but join us now as we will have our national anthem presented by the Pride of Hillsborough Raider Marching Band, led by band director Nick Clipperton, along with Grace Trumpy. Let's go ahead and listen to those wonderful musicians.
Second half option, right? Make sure you mark that. And we're kicking to the clock.
He's facing away from us.
All right, our national anthem performed by the Pride of Hillsborough Raider Marching Band under the direction of Nick Clipperton and Grace Trumpy. Of course, this is senior night here at Hillsborough High School. Band members, cheerleaders, and football players being honored for their final home game of the regular season. And if things break right, Hillsborough could get one more in the playoffs, but we're not there yet. We'll have to get there when we get there. Now, Piscataway 5-2, Hillsborough 3-4, coming off that big one over Bridgewater Raritan. Piscataway, meanwhile, they won 35-0 over East Brunswick last week. And you're also looking, Joey, at two coaches who have known high school very well. Dan Higgins, his 21st year as head coach of the Piscataway Chiefs, 178 wins to his credit. Kevin Carty, Jr., head coach of the Hillsborough Raiders, his 20th year, and 123 wins to his credit. I think these two know each other very well. We should have a great chess match, wouldn't you think?
I believe so. You know, coaches that know each other tend to come up with great game plans and change and wrinkle a little thing here and there to be able to, throw the other coach off. And, but nevertheless, it always comes down to knowing your opponent, and they do know each other. So it's going to be a well-coached game tonight. It's going to be, once again, like I said, whoever makes the least mistakes tonight. And
for Hillsborough, this is a very important game, especially with playoff implications on the line. They, again, will receive the ball first. They have two guys back inside the 10. Referee blows his whistle, and here we go. High into the Hillsborough Knights, taking about the 12-yard line, moving to about the 20, and that is probably about it after about maybe the 22, 23-yard line. So that is where Hillsborough will begin. And the Raiders, of course, led by senior quarterback Devon Carana, who had a pretty nice game last week, but I think the big story is going to be Andrew Schwartz to see if he can continue his run.
I mean, if he can continue his run, they will have a great night tonight. And, the only thing they need after that is to play a little bit of defense behind them to help them out.
Now, Schwartz has 12 touchdowns on the year, 10 the last 3 games. They're going to line up in a triple on the right. On 1st and 10, Carana is back, has a little time, and he's going to call his own number, and they'll get to about the 26-yard line. So a 3-yard pickup forces 2nd and 7.
All right, not a bad call. I mean, everyone was covered so that he figured he couldn't find the receiver, so he'd bring the ball down and take off on his own. Good defense by Piscataway there.
And that'll force a 2nd, and they're going to say he was down to 25. So it's 2nd and 7 from the 25-yard line, that same trip on the far side, and they give it to Andrew Schwartz, his first shot. He goes to the 30, down to about the 32, close to a first down. He has 731 rushing yards, and looking at his average, that's about 5 yards a carry, which is not bad.
That's great. That's a great average for a high school kid here. Now it makes it 3rd and less than a yard, which is great. Nope, they actually gave him first down.
Oh, they got to move the chains, so it is a first down, a gain of 7.
So, yeah, starting off great. Hillsborough starting off great here with a first down. That's a great thing.
I didn't hear it. No, it did not.
Okay, all right. 1st and 10. The ball's back at the 32-yard line. Here's Carana. We'll give it over. And Schwartz has all across in the 40. Down to the 44. Another 12 yards. Another chain mover, Joey.
Yes, sir. Then, if this is what the night looks like for us here at Hillsborough, that'll be awesome for Hillsborough, with their chances of doing what they need to do this evening with the victory tonight. So
1st and 10. Sorry about that, Joey. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Carana shotgun. Why not one more time? A handoff going to about the 46-yard line. So Schwartz had the last 3 carries. This one is for about maybe 2.
Maybe 2, yeah. Maybe 2 yards there. So, how many times can we give the ball to this kid right now? I mean, at some point, we just need to be able to, maybe a little play action here right now. 2nd and long.
Yeah, sometimes you got to change the thing instead of run the same play, because eventually the defense is going to figure that out.
Exactly. This is what I'm trying to say. So, they may think run. He's still in the backfield, so.
All right, opening drive of the game here, 2nd and 8 from the 46-yard line. Again, Carana shotgun. Looks like a 3-wide slot right here. And again, they're going to run it. And not going to be for very much, maybe a yard to the 47-yard line. So now force a 3rd and 7. And Joey, what do you think Hillsborough might want to do here, considering they've done 5 consecutive runs? There hasn't been a pass yet in this game. You think this is the time to do it?
I would assume so. I would assume this is where you get your play action, or you just may go empty and be able to get something, positive out of this here because you need a first down here. You need a first down. You want to continue moving the ball upfield. Let's see what Coach Dow's up here.
Well, the line of gain is the Piscataway 46-yard line, and they need 7 to get there. 3rd and 7, Hillsborough right now their own 47-yard line, taking a little while to get the play in.
And 1 out for Black.
They're going to triple the right once again, keeping the left side empty. Karana has Schwartz to his right. Let's see what they do here. They take the snap. It's going to be a pass. Looking, trying to duck. He runs into somebody. He somehow tried to get out and almost did. Ends up being sacked.
By number 3 from Piscataway there.
It looked like number 9 on
number
that
9,
one.
okay.
Yeah, go figure. I didn't have it in front of me. David Moore was the defensive end who had the sack there, and that forces Hillsborough to get a punt. And they got 2 first downs on the opening drive, so it's a little something. Now it's Piscataway's turn to get their first chance.
Right, and you know what Hillsborough did there was a little too predictable, right? We ran the ball 6 times, I think it was 6-7 times, and now what we're doing, you were forced to be able to, you have to force to pass, and the defense pinned their ears back and was good.
Here's the punt. That's a pretty good one. It's going to take a Hillsborough roll to about the 20-yard line and nowhere to go. That's a nice tackle on the part of number 10, Kevin Jones, the senior, who was able to stop the return of maybe 1 yard on the play. Good. By the way, quarterback is Devin Karana, and when he comes back, we'll make sure we get that. But it's Piscataway's turn now.
Definitely got to get the kid's name right. Well, it was a good coverage by the punt team there to not allow the offense to get any yardage really on that. He did try, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. So let's see now what Hillsborough's defense comes up with, being that their offense was moving fairly well and then stuttered there, All right.
Landon Purnell, the 6-foot senior, taking the helms here. 1st and 10 for Piscataway, their own 22-yard line. Going modify here, tripling to left in a 4 receiver set. Takes the snap. Well, fires it. Pass is caught. And it'll go down to about the 28-yard line for about a 6-yard pickup. I tell you what, that pass had a little bit of height to it, so it's something Hillsborough's defender's going to have to watch.
It did have a little bit of height to it. It was a good pass, strong. I mean, that's not the easiest pass to throw to that sideline from where he was, but he managed to get the ball out there. He's got to be careful with it because it could also get intercepted, for a pick 6 there.
Purnell has thrown for 846 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions this year. Here he's got 2 receivers right on this second, and it looks like 5 from the 27-yard line. He'll take the snap. This can be a handoff to the right, and Hillsborough looking to stop. They'll get to about the 30-31, about a yard shy of the first down. That carry was by Mickey Simmons. He's the running back, a senior.
3 and 1.
I'm sorry. Purnell, by the way, is a junior. It's his uniform is number 12. That's what the confusion was. My apologies there.
All right.
Easy to do when you're looking at a roster here.
Oh, yeah. The year's 11 on. You're correct. That is correct. I like Piscataway's offense right now. They're moving 3rd and short. See what they come up with here.
3 wide slot right here on 3rd and a yard. They're going to run this one. And, let's see where they spot this. Piscataway might have gotten a good spot. And they're going to say first down.
First down. It did look like he was stumbling way before the yard marker and that he would go down too soon and not be able to make the line to gain. But I'm glad he made it.
Well, Nick Durante was able to make the stop, but it ended up being for a yard, and that's all Piscataway needed. So they get their initial first down of the game as we're about 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter, and Piscataway now with their opening drive. Receiver on the right, and they stack receivers on the left side, and they will pitch it out. Going to about 30. Still going. Look out. 40. Midfield. Tripped up. Still going to the 30. Down to the 20. And
he's still on his feet.
And he goes down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. An incredible run by Mickey Simmons. Coast to coast for 59 yards.
Great run by that kid. He broke, 3 or 4 tackles there to get to the outside and keep his balance. Great balance out there to be able to get that many yards. And get the first down, and now first and goal.
How important was that 3rd and 1 play now?
That 3rd and 1 play was really important for Hillsborough. They needed to do something there.
And look what happened here. First and goal from the 8-yard line. This time under center is Purnell, the junior quarterback. Has a receiver to the right. Goes I formation here. Purnell will hand this off. They got the fullback this time down to about the 5-yard line. That is Zaire Young, the junior, who gets 3 on the play. And it forces 2nd and goal.
That's right. Good run by him. And, Hillsborough needs to come up with a big stop here.
And it looks like we have a injury timeout here. Looks like one of the Hillsborough players is shaken up here with 5.5 minutes left in the first. And, Joey, from what we've seen in these first 2 drives, I mean, what's been the difference maker?
Right now, the offensive line for Piscataway has been really doing well as far as blocking goes and opening up these holes for this young man to run the ball through. So, he's thrown 1 pass, but, still, the running game for them at the moment is good.
Cooper Carsey was the one that was shaken up on that play, but luckily he runs off on his own power. Meant to mention that last week, Purnell was 9 of 12 for 121 yards and 3 touchdowns. Led Piscataway to that 35-0 win over East Brunswick. So,
that's some really good numbers there. That's really good numbers.
Well, let's put it this way. I mean, hey, if you have 75% percentage, you've obviously done a good job, even if it's minimal pass attempts. 2nd and goal from the 5. Again, Purnell under center with an I formation. He takes a snap, fakes a pitch out, looks, going to take a shot to the end zone, and there you go. Welcome to the end zone. Nice catch by number 3, Hosea Zayas, the senior, who's able to bring it in, and Piscataway gets the first points of the game.
Great play action there. The receiver ran out and put the ball up where the defender wasn't able to get the ball, get a play on the ball, which was good. And I'd like to hear you say that name again for me, if you don't mind.
His name is Hosea Zayas. He only had, listen to this, he had only 1 catch last week, and it was a 54-yard touchdown.
Oh, wow.
5 different Piscataway Chiefs scored touchdowns last week against East Brunswick. So they have balanced weapons. Here's the extra point on its way to make it 7-0 with 5:06 left here in the first quarter. And let's look at this replay here, Joey, and tell us what happened with Piscataway's play fake here.
All right, so you got the single high receiver on the right side, and the quarterback turns around, does a good fake here. The defense goes for it and then rolls right and passes the ball out to the receiver who ran out. Good pass. The defender had no clue the ball was coming there and was able to catch the ball. Great throw, great pass.
It also helps if you're 6'2".
Yeah.
Like me, but I'm not an athlete.
Yeah. 6'2" is an excellent thing to be as a receiver. And, so that I think is good. I mean, Hillsborough's going to have their money, work cut out for them.
I definitely agree there, because considering they had a great game plan against Bridgewater Raritan last week, keep in mind something. Piscataway lost to Bridgewater Raritan while Hillsborough beat them. However, both teams did lose to Sayreville this season. So if you're looking at common games, Hillsborough has a slight edge there.
Right.
But Hillsborough has to do his job here on senior night / pink out night here at home. Here's the kickoff, high and taken at about the 6-yard line. Let's see if he goes up. He will go to about the 20, has a hole, slips out 30, 40. He's still going. Look at this. He's going to midfield, but there's a late flag that comes down as he goes into Piscataway territory. I think we're going to be hearing from our official for this one.
Number 66.
That flag was sort of about 30 feet in the air. So I guess that was an emphatic flag. The officials will discuss, and usually 90% of the time it would be against the receiving team, but you never know.
Okay, all right.
Hey, Jim, over here.
This play.
Well, we're going to find out.
Right. The result of the play is a run back to the plus 42-yard line. There's a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on Hillsborough, sideline interference. That foul will be enforced from the plus 42. Back 15 yards. It'll be 1st down and 10, Hillsborough.
And there you go.
42.
So it ends up being 1st and 10 for 43, a sideline interference foul, which is something you don't normally see.
Put it down.
Right. Because he was actually interfered there.
Hold there.
I think he tripped over one of the players or somebody, one of the coaches that was in the box. And normally it's a warning, but I guess here because it was a little blatant. They had to assess the penalty and throw the flag. So
it's unfortunate, just a bad break for Hillsborough. It's still going to be 1st and 10. Now we got an official timeout. While we have a second,
42 back. But we might have missed it.
I think he went to pick up his flag. That's why we had a delay here. The head referee is Jim Capora. Umpires Frank Angelis. Linesman Dave Claudio. Line judge Mike Weston. Side judge Mike Purcell. Field judge is John Gallagher. And here's a deep throw right side with it batted down, incomplete. A nice play by Nigel Best, the senior, who was able to volleyball it away for an incompletion. The game clock operator, by the way, is Dave Race up here in the press box.
All right. So now that we got all the officials down packed, Hillsborough went empty on that last play there. And, rather than running the way they did, started out that first drive, get a couple of yards on first down. Now they're 2nd and long again. So now you almost forced to pass almost unless.
Well, you got to give it to Andrew Schwartz. Let's see if he can turn a corner. 45 midfield. He's going to get to the 45, maybe a little more.
Hold on.
Oh, we got a penalty flag down? Hold on a second.
There is a flag.
Dave. Is that a hold? Yep. All right, we're going from the previous spot. Right.
I was from the near side.
44 back 10.
And it looks like on Hillsborough. Let's listen.
Holding. Offense. Number 75, 10-yard penalty. Still 2nd down. Out of bounds.
So it ends up being a holding foul in Hillsborough. And in high school football, at least in New Jersey, you have a 10-yard penalty from wherever the holding foul is.
Right. It's basically a spot foul.
Yeah, pretty much. So if it's behind the play, it's 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. So in this case, it was. But if it's in front of the line of scrimmage, then it's 10 yards from that spot.
All right.
So that's the differentiation on the holdings. So right now, 2nd and 20 for Hillsborough at their own 34-yard line. They send a man in motion. Devin Karan will throw a middle screen. That is caught. Good tackle on the part by Xavier Ali, the junior. Only forces a couple yards there. It makes it 3rd and long.
Yeah, he got 6 yards on that reception there, but now it's still 3rd and long, and you're almost forced to have to pass here. I mean, you can give the ball to Schwartz, but you're not really thinking you're going to get a first down. You're just looking to play safe and be able to punt the ball away.
Well, Devin threw the Shane that time for that 2-yard pickup, so now you got 3rd and 18 from the 36-yard line. You see how penalties can really affect drives. Keep in mind, Hillsborough was inside the 45 of Piscataway not once, but twice in the last 5 minutes, and penalties sent them back both times.
That's correct.
So go back to that chapter later on in case this gets interesting. On 3rd and 18, there's a flag down already as Devin is going to try and scramble. Looks right. And now he's going to be he lost the football. And we'll see who gets it. And it's going to be Piscataway ball. Let's see the flag first. Let's see what the flag is first.
All right, get that ball off the field, all right? Okay. The foul is illegal formation on the offense.
And it sounds like this is going to be bad news for Hillsborough.
Turnover. First down, Piscataway. I'll get this for you.
All right. So now that we have the penalty there, against Hillsborough, it's first down Piscataway.
Yeah, they're going to decline the penalty, obviously.
Yep. All right. So Hillsborough at the moment has been shooting themselves in the foot the last 2 possessions here, not being able to capitalize on the good runs by Schwartz. So now we have to see, defensively what they're going to come up with here.
That was a nightmarish drive for Hillsborough, but now the defense is going to need to step up. 1st and 10 Piscataway from the 33, it looks like a Hillsborough. They send a man in motion. Purnell will take the snap. Look, he fires left, pass caught, and good containment that time, down to about the 28-yard line. Ends up being caught by Mickey Simmons, who had that long run earlier.
Right.
Ends up getting about 5 on the play and forces 2nd and 5.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad defensive play, to keep the ball in front of you. You don't want to get beat deep right here, but, you're still giving up a whole lot. 2nd and 5 is really good for Piscataway right now. It's a lot easier to do 2nd and 5 than it is. You always want to try to get them behind on the sticks, the offense, but that didn't happen on that last play.
Purnell, once again, a modified formation here. with 2nd and 5 from the 28-yard line. He awaits the snap and will do the handoff. Goes up the middle, and the fullback is going to plow his way, dives his way. That is Young, and looks like he's about a yard shy of a first down.
Got a couple of yards there. You know, he's been running for them pretty well so far. You know, he's their big back. You know, I don't think he's got that speed, but he's still powerful. So he's got a couple of really good yards there.
Well, it looked like his knee went down at the 26. So it'll be 3rd and 3 from the 26-yard line. Hillsborough, Piscataway already up 7-0 with 2:15 counting left in the first. Now under center is Purnell with an I formation. Big 3rd and 3 play now for Piscataway. Let's see what they call. Handoff bouncing right. He's got a first down, and he's going to have everything. Welcome to the end zone, Mickey Simmons. He finds his way for another 26-yard touchdown, and those points off turnovers, absolute killers as Piscataway extends the lead.
They are totally killers for the Hillsborough defense and the team altogether. Here they're gonna punt. They're gonna go for an extra point.
Well, they're going to make it an extra point here with 1:57 left. But Piscataway, there's a reason why they're 5-2, folks.
Yes, sir.
Looking for the extra point. Oh, snap, kick on its way. Nearly blocked, but it went through. So Piscataway off to a fiery start. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, and already a 14-0 lead. Now Hillsborough's going to have to find some way to respond to this.
I mean, they responded that first drive. They were able to move the ball well with the running game, but I felt that they went to it too many times. You know, they should have passed at least once or twice to mix it up there, and then they went for it on 3rd down, 3rd and short, and weren't able to get it, and then were forced to punt, and then unfortunately, the next one they had penalties. The next series they had penalties, and that hurt them also. They wind up getting great field position on the kickoff, and then wind up getting a penalty, and then fumbling the ball away on that last possession.
Yeah, nightmarish last drive for Hillsborough. They're going to have to really clean this up. And at this point, the job is to stabilize the game. Now, I know it's already a 2-score lead late in the first quarter, but there's still plenty of time for Hillsborough to correct things and to try and get some points on the board. I'm sure Kevin Carty Jr. is trying to tell his troops, let's stabilize this game, get back in, and let's play some smarter football here.
That is correct. I mean, you don't want to give up anything else. You know, defensively wise, you got to fix what you're seeing now. You got to make those corrections real early, and right here you have an opportunity still within the first quarter to be able to come up with some points if possible, if you can.
Now from the left hash mark, here's the kickoff. That'll be taken back at about the 4-yard line. Crossing the 10. Oh, what a tackle. Andrew Schwartz with the return, but I'll tell you who was just as fast there. Hosea Zayas, who had the first touchdown, makes a great play on special teams, and Hillsborough is pretty deep in their own territory to start this next drive.
That young kid from Piscataway is doing it all. He's on both sides of the ball. He's having a great game so far, even though it's only the first quarter. He's doing a whole lot. Special teams are big when you can, get downfield and minimize their return.
And considering how well Piscataway does on offense, Hillsborough is going to need to find some way to get by this defense here on 1st and 10. Ball to 16, the handoff. Looks like that was, I think, Schwartz, and he only got maybe 2 if he was lucky. They're only going to give him a yard.
I mean, at this point, if we're watching what the offense is doing for Hillsborough, I mean, if I'm Piscataway, I'm going to stack the box a little bit. I'm going to stack the box, stop this run, and force them to pass. Obviously, they don't want to pass at the moment. Let's stack the box and let's force them to. So hopefully, Hillsborough can come up with something. I mean, Schwartz comes up with some pretty good runs, but it's what you do afterwards, when you get those yards.
It'll be 2nd and 9. Ball spotted at about the 17-yard line. Devin Carana is going to read option this one to Schwartz. And, another hard hit, another loose football. But he say down. They say he's down. They say he is down, so it's only going to be a yard, and Hillsborough's lucky. It was ruled down, ground causing a fumble or down by contact or whatever.
Wow. That was a very big hit. I haven't seen one that big. Let's take a quick look at this right away here.
Yeah, let's take a look at Pez replay here.
All right. Gives him the ball. He starts running right. And it was number 52 with the hit. Wow, that looked, huh?
Aiden Antoine, the Ted senior, with an absolute monster hit there. The ball came out after a Short's elbow hit the ground. That's why he was ruled down. So third down, hold everything.
Flag on the play.
Oh, did they go to the replay booth?
Well, no, they Piscataway possibly with a neutral zone infraction. We'll see what the official says.
On the defense, that's a 5-yard penalty. It remains third down.
And there you go. They call a neutral zone infraction on Piscataway.
Neutral zone infraction on the defense.
But it's going to be 3rd and a yard.
That brings up 3rd and Raiders.
Right, so now Hillsborough has an opportunity here to convert this third down and continue moving the ball. So, I mean, do you give it to Schwartz here, or do you try to, or do you go for it all?
Well, it's now 3rd and a yard. This is a big play, but we're going to wait till the second quarter to see what happens. So we'll take a break here at quarter time. Piscataway leading Hillsborough by a score of 14-0. Let's go to second quarter right after this.
Need car service but dread the wait? At American Tire and Auto Care, we've got you covered. With comfortable waiting rooms and friendly service, your visit will be a breeze. For over 32 years, our family-owned business has been your one-stop shop for oil changes, tires, and maintenance at 8 convenient locations. And with over 10,000 happy customer reviews and ASC certified technicians, you can trust your car is in expert hands. Check out AmericanTires.net or scan the QR code for exclusive offers and financing options. American Tire and Auto Care, where quality meets comfort.
Okay, back here at Hillsborough, David Noonan Field. I'm Tom Wilkins, along with Joey Pagan. Behind the controls, Howard Gabriel. I want to welcome everybody here on HSG Network and the NFHS Network. Thanks for joining us here on this great October night. 58-degree kickoff here in Hillsborough. It is fall after all. And only 2 weeks till Halloween, believe it or not.
It is fall after all, and yes, you're right. 2 weeks till Halloween, and, Hillsborough has a big third down here. They need to convert here. This is a must that they need to do to continue moving this ball. They can't afford to not make this.
I think this is a huge play here. 3rd and a yard, Schwartz a handoff. He'll have the first down a little bit more, down to about the 30-yard line, they'll say. So they'll move the chain. So that offside proved to be pretty crucial here, and Hillsborough's able to get first down out of it.
I mean, crucial, yeah, but, that they were able to convert the third down is what's important here. Right now that penalty hasn't hurt Piscataway, just other than giving Hillsborough a manageable third to make it to, to get a first down. So let's see what Hillsborough comes up with here now.
1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Devin Carana in split backs this time. He'll take the snap. Another handoff up the middle. It's Schwartz again, and he's got another 3 to the 33-yard line. So it looks like Hillsborough's still focusing on the run, but I think they're going with more higher percentage plays to try and get Piscataway off the game a little bit.
I get it. I totally understand that. But, at a certain point, down and distance is what should dictate to you what plays you call. If it's 3rd and long, you're not going to run the ball every time. You may want to try a small play action or something, but we'll see what they come up with here. I mean, 2nd and 8, I'm assuming you can do anything still, so long as you get a manageable third down. So the playbook is still open for them here.
A late call from the sidelines here, and now Hillsborough lines up, and they still are a little confused, so they're going to take their first timeout of the first half.
Hillsborough, that's their first timeout of the half.
So we'll take a break with 10:35 left in the half. Piscataway ahead of Hillsborough, 14-0. We'll come back in just a moment. Okay, back here in Hillsborough after the Raiders just used their first timeout of the half. Wanting to get the right personnel on this play here, 2nd and 7. They're down 14-0, looking to get some points to try and stabilize things here.
Looks like they came out in the same formation. I'm sorry, Tom.
That's all right. Crown moved somebody over here to a spread, so back goes Devin. He's going to throw, and a pass caught to about the 37-yard line. Looked like an inner slant that time. And Logan Jankowitz, the freshman, yes, his older brother Jackson, who electrified crowds for a few years here before he graduated last year.
That is correct. So the younger brother's out here now. Hopefully, he can be just as electrifying as his older brother was.
Now, picture it this way. He made a huge catch in the second half last week, which kept the drive alive and led to a Hillsborough score. But here we go on a 3rd and 3 from the 38-yard line. Actually, 37. Line gains to 40. Devin Karana has a 4-receiver set, tripling to left. Takes a snap. Rush coming. Pass tip. Oh, it almost was still caught. They went to Amato, and he almost was able to bring it in, even though the pass was tipped. And now a 4th and 3 comes up, and it looks like Hillsborough's going to bring on the special teams.
That was a good call on 3rd down for Hillsborough, but Piscataway had a great call. They had a blitz coming who came untouched. Number 23 came untouched right up the middle, which forced them to get rid of the ball a little quicker, but there was a deflection off the line of scrimmage there, so that helped also.
And now Piscataway doesn't have the right personnel, so they're going to use a timeout. So let's take a look at that last play.
All right.
I'm wondering if maybe Hillsborough just missed a blocking assignment potentially. This is the 3rd and 3 from the 37, which resulted in incompletion. What did you see on here?
All right, so you can see 23. He's up on the line of scrimmage. Once the ball is snapped, he takes off right up the middle. And, he forces, the defensive lineman gets his hand up and gets a deflection. Number 53 gets a deflection on that, which was excellent. Good defensive line.
Donald Young, the junior, was able to deflect the play. But listen, if you're 6'3", you're going to do that.
You should be deflecting quite a few passes.
Probably, almost Ed Too-Tall Jones like.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it helped that the quarterback was a little bit rushed because of the blitz. So both things led to the great defense there.
All right, so Hillsborough will punt again. Looks like Chichari is going to take a snap, a good one. No pressure this time, and a low-line drive, which is going to take a little bit of a Hillsborough bounce and be down at the 36-yard line.
All right. Not a bad punt. Let's see. Hillsborough has to come up with a defensive stop right here. We have to get a stop to get the offense back on the field. So, you want a 3-and-out, but if we can get a turnover, it makes it a lot better for the defense.
And not only that, I think this would, remember, you got a defensive stop, a force a turnover. It usually carries over to the other side of the ball, too.
That is correct. The offense winds up coming out electrifying and, and be able to move the ball a little better. So.
All right, so 1st and 10, Piscataway in their whites with gray pants. I said black pants accidentally, my apologies. Black helmets and numerals, and their helmets resemble like the late 60s Washington Redskins, almost like the spear.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Or Florida State, one or the other. But it's 1st and 10 from the 36.
Makes the hand.
Here's a pass left side, and it's one hopped incomplete. It was in the zone of Hosea Zayas, but it was, I guess, a little bit short. But I'll tell you what, Hillsborough was trying to fly to the ball and deflect it. It was just a little underthrown, I think.
It was a little underthrown. It looked like as he was rolling, he really didn't have his feet set underneath him while he was trying to get that pass off. So, it's not easy as you're rolling to begin with. If you're not set somewhat, it's not an easy pass to get off. Came close enough, but and you had a couple of defenders in the area too. You didn't want to make that mistake either. Once again, like I said, a turnover would have been great for Hillsborough here.
2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line. Let's see what they have for Purnell this time, as he looks like he's in a modified set here. They'll pitch out left. Cross to about, good tackle at the 38-yard line, maybe the 39. But I'll tell you what, once again, Zaire Young really trying to push the pile, and Hillsborough really having to work a little extra to bring him down.
Yeah, it is. And, good tackle by number 5 on that play, I believe it was. And, once again, now here we got 3rd and long. for Piscataway, which, it's good for the defense, right? So as far as, the defensive line pass rush goes, we know we can pin our ears back and we can get upfield and try to make a play here. But, we got empty, too.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They're going empty gun here on 3rd and 8. They go heavy on the right side, it looks like. And Purnell in the shotgun. Big play for Hillsborough's defense here. See what they can do. Purnell take the snap. He's looking, no rush. Now he's going to roll right. Going to take a deep shot. And it is caught amazingly at about the 15-yard line. That's number 0 who made the grab. Bryce Payne, the senior, who makes a remarkable catch, probably for about 45-yard pickup.
At least, I think that the defensive end went inside and didn't contain.
Oh, we got to look at this one again. Your replay, Joey.
All right, so let's see what the defensive end does here. Like I said, he was able to get to the outside, and, let's see. All right. Yeah, the end did take an inside rush and allow the quarterback, Purnell, to get outside and be able to throw the ball downfield. Great catch, good concentration by the receiver.
I'll tell you what, Righteous Jones is just in the wrong spot. Here is a handoff, first down to inside the 10, and he got to about the 8-yard line, it looks like. So it is 2nd and goal after that 4-yard pickup, and that is a major turning point here. That was a 50-yard pickup.
50 yards, and here Hillsborough had them 3rd and really long, and this is where you wanted to have them, and you allowed them to get the pass off. Once again, like I said, we saw on the replay where the defensive end took an inside rush and allowed Purnell to get outside and be able to complete that pass.
2nd and 6, ball spotted at the 8-yard line. Purnell under center this time. Play fake, rolling left, looking, shoots for the end zone, and it is incomplete, a little bit wide. A little bit wide. Zayas pleading his case, and he's pointing, saying, I got it, but nope. The official says out of bounds.
He caught it, but he was out of bounds. So, that's the call. And once again, these corners for Hillsborough, they have their work cut out for them this evening, don't they?
And their quarterback, I'll tell you what, Purnell has done a fine job, especially. Let's take a look at the replay.
We're going to take a look at this replay here.
Now, keep your eye, of course, on Zayas on the left. Now, of course, he had the first touchdown.
All right. See here real quick.
He cuts over.
Cuts outside. Keep going.
Only needs 1 foot.
Oh, no, he was out.
That was close. It looked like he touched White.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 6 from the 8-yard line. Purnell with a back to his right to go spread here. Purnell will take it, goes back, fires right, pass caught, and
good defense.
Some good defense here. Depends on the spot. We'll see if they give him a first down or not. Looks like he's going to be about a yard short based upon the spot. Probably got to give him the 5-yard line.
Wow. So he's about a yard and a half shy of the first down. It's 4th and close. 4th and a yard and a half. So we'll see what Piscataway does here. I mean, they do have the running back number 4. He's a good kid. He's been running hard.
Yeah, Zaire Young. Do not be surprised if he gets this. Huge play here. 4th and 2 from the 5-yard line. They're going heavy. The handoff up the middle. We'll see. We will see.
Let's see what they give him.
It looks like it's possible they may have spotted short. And they did spot it short.
Great job. Well, that's where it starts, right? This what you needed, one defensive play here, one stand, you got it.
Well, the good news is they were able to make the stop inside the 5.
That is correct.
The bad news is they're going to be starting from there.
That's true. Well, let's get the replay here. I mean, you got a tight formation. I thought they were going to go back outside to number 3, but they ran the ball inside, a couple of fakes. And they had an extra lineman in the backfield. That was a good play.
Yeah, he definitely looked short from that angle.
Yeah, it did look short. It looked like his knee hit the ground way before that. So
yeah, about a yard short. So Hillsborough's going to start at their own, looks like maybe 5-yard line here. 1st and 10. Yeah, got a long way to travel here.
Oh.
And now flags down. I think we're going to have a half the distance.
False start. Offense, number 75. Half the distance to the goal. Half the distance to the goal, replay first down.
So they'll go half the distance, and it'll be 1st and probably like 12 and a half.
Right.
Yeah.
Following the false start.
It's okay.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what they
come
come
back
up with.
into 3. They're going to hand off up the middle,
right up the
try to
middle.
get a little more room, and they end up only getting about a yard here. So that's going to force a 2nd and 12 coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Well, I mean, it was a good call. It's something that you want to try, give yourself a little bit of room here, but, you just shot yourself in the foot with that offsides. It looked like the quarterback was standing up to get some more play information, and the tackle just went offsides.
2nd and 12. Ball at about the 5-yard line. Another handoff,
Good
slipping
run.
through. He doesn't quite get to the 10, but he gets to the 9. They're going to give him the 10. Okay. So it's going to be 3rd and probably 5 after about that 7-yard pickup. That was pretty important.
That was really important there, because now, 3rd and 5 is a lot more manageable than 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 9. So, with the room behind you, you don't have much room. You can't afford a mistake here. So, your play calling has to be right. And your blocking has to be phenomenal.
Oh, they need to get 5. 15's the line of gain. And now they're going to send a bunch of receivers. They're actually going to go 4 receivers tripling to left here on 3rd and 5 from the 10. Devin Carano with a man in motion takes the snap. He's looking, rush coming, fires left, and it's intercepted down at about the 16-yard line. Or did he? Or he?
No, he got it.
What happened on the play?
They are saying it is Piscataway ball. There might have been some question. He may not have secured it, but the officials say he already had it as he went down. So already Hillsborough turns it over for the 2nd time in their own territory. Let's take a look at this one.
All right, we had trips on the left. We had motion to the right. The receiver does a... All right, it looked like he was trying to get the ball to the back, out the backfield, the tight end, and the defender just read that play real good. It looks like he had it. Looks like he had it over.
Yeah, he did. He a close call, but as soon as the knee goes down, the play's done. And if you have secured and completed the catch, then obviously it's ruled such. So back in the red zone goes Piscataway off the 2nd. Hillsborough turnover. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Another tough break for Devin and company. Here's a play fake. Now they reverse it.
Yeah,
they give it to Payne, and Payne will get inside the 10.
2.
To maybe the 9, so it'll be 2nd and 4. Basically, I'm going to say right on the 10-yard line.
Yep. Good play. Good ball. Handling there where, I thought the ball was being pitched to the left, and they ran the ball back inside, so they faked me out. I don't know about the cameraman. I think the cameraman was right on it. Yeah, he was. Yeah, so.
Well, that's why Howard Gaber's good with the close-up shots there. 2nd and 5 from the 10-yard line. Again, Purnell waits under center with a single back. Another play fake, and they're going to go handoff left, slipping out of a tackle, but not getting back to the line of scrimmage. I guess Hosea Zayas had a little bit of apprehension as to which way he wanted to go, and he ends up losing 3.
Right. He was a little bit confused, but good penetration by Hillsborough is what helped the defense there, The first guy didn't necessarily make the play, but he forced him to get a little wider than what he wanted to be. So let's see. This is big defense here. Big defense for Hillsborough. They need another stop here.
Well, they're going to have to here. 3rd and 8. Ball spot at the 13-yard line. This time Purnell in a shotgun. 3 wide slot right here. Now man in motion. He'll take the snap. Looking, he'll fire, pass, caught, and he'll get to about the 5. We'll see where they spot it as a giant wall for Hillsborough comes through, but it looks like he's going to be stopped at about the 8, about 3 yards short. A lot of traffic around the line of game, but it turns out to be 2 yards short. They're going to give him the 7.
All right. Once again, let's see if Hillsborough has it inside them again to be able to get a 4th down stop here and get the ball back to the offense. So,
Rock it out.
Piscataway has pretty much controlled this whole second quarter here right now.
I think in a way they've controlled outside the opening drive of Piscataway's control the entire game.
Yeah. For the most part, they've had good control of the ball and are up 14 zip right now with the ball and the clock running. So, not sure what this.
I think they're going to call timeout when it comes down to like 1 on the play clock. Remember, play clock is kept on the field.
Right.
And now the head coach, of course, Dan Higgins, he's right next to the head official, the head referee, and I guess he'll call the timeout right now. So what we'll do is take a break with exactly 2.5 left here in the first half. Piscataway with a 4th down and leading Hillsborough 14-0. Let's see what happens at 4th down right after this.
Hillsborough's hardware store is back at the all-new Central Jersey Nurseries. 11 acres filled with trees, shrubs, plants, and flowers. Stop by the new CJEN 3,000 square foot hardware store filled with all needed items and doorbuster specials like a Vulcan 6 cubic foot steel wheelbarrow $69.99, a 75-foot contractor grade garden hose $21.69, Boss split leather gloves only $2.19. At Central Jersey Nurseries and now hardware supplies. 18 Hamilton Road, Hillsborough, or CJEN1970.com.
Right, go
Okay, we're back following Piscataway's second time out of this half. Big 4th and 2 coming up. Ball to 7-yard line. Wait a second. Now Hillsborough wants to counter with a timeout themselves.
Hillsborough.
So why don't we go ahead and read the Piscataway roster, of course, led by Dan Higgins, who has been with the club 21 seasons. Assisted by A.J. Cook, Frank Urin, Robert Turco, and Lorraine McKnight and Kyle Higgins. Volunteers are Mike Purnell, Clegg Rowery, Tevin Shaw, Dijon Welcome, Bill Gonzalez, John Mammon, Cal Williams, Jerry Wilson, and John Thompson. For the freshman team, it's Rashawn Cooper and Matt Peterson. The athletic director for Piscataway High School is Robert Hammer, assisted by Julia Myatt. Principal is Christopher Baldessano. And the superintendent is Erskine Glover, assisted by Dr. William Baskerville. So Piscataway, obviously a very historic program. I mean, plenty of championships to go around. And since the turn of the millennium, they've won 8 times.
Wow.
And the last one being 2018. So they know success.
They definitely do.
So, all right, let's try one more time. 4th and 2 from the 7. Hillsborough wanted to make sure they got the right defense lined up. Dan's trying to get in it here. Purnell under center. They hand it off. Slips through a tackle. And that is Simmons. And they're going to give him the first down. He got the 2. So after all those timeouts, it ends up not working in favor of Hillsborough there, and Piscataway on 1st and goal.
Right. I totally forgot that Piscataway can still get a first down here. I thought it was 4th and goal actually, and but no, I was wrong. And now they have 1st and goal, and they are moving the ball, and let's see what happens.
Well, they're going to spot at the 4-yard line. They needed 2, they got 3, and now with under 2 minutes till halftime, they could potentially run the clock down. And don't forget this. They get the ball to start the second half.
That is correct. And that could be disastrous for Hillsborough if they score here and get the ball back.
They shift this time on 1st and goal. Handoff left side and sneaking into the end zone. And there's Mickey Simmons, who gets his 2nd touchdown of the half. This time from 4 yards out, and Piscataway extends the lead. They are doing a number on this Hillsborough team.
They are doing a number on this team. That's the second time they had to shift, and they ran behind that. And that offensive line there, they were able to score. So, and here we're going to go for the extra point conversion.
And so they're going to bring on Victor Milgasira, the sophomore, to try for the extra point. He's 2 for 2. Kick on his way. Makes it 3 for 3. So Piscataway now with a 21-0 lead with 1:33 left till halftime. And I'll tell you what, it's definitely far from over. But Hillsborough definitely will need a score before the half is out. Even if it's a field goal.
They have to come up with some points, right? I mean, we always talk here. We always, figure out stuff. We always say they got to start somewhere, right? We got to get a couple of more first downs first, right? We got to start, moving the ball productively and getting the play calling a lot better, and getting some productive yards and something to build on. At halftime, if you don't score, you want to come up with some good plays and something that works for you now and can show you that, hey, listen, come back second half, we can come back to these plays. But It all starts here. We need another great return with no penalties.
All right, here we go.
All right, so Hillsborough has 2 people standing inside the 10-yard line. Piscataway to kick off again.
Number 31, Victor Nagaria.
Their sophomore kicker about to kick things off. He approaches the tee and sends us high to the near side. Taking it about the 2-yard line. Let's see what Schwartz does. He'll go to the 10, the 20, down to the 24. So he netted 4. If he let it go, it's a touchback once it crosses the goal line.
Right.
So 1st and 10 from the 24. Now Hillsborough has 1 timeout, 1:27 to work with.
So that's still enough time, but with 1 timeout, you got to make sure you work the ball to the sidelines and get it out of bounds unless you get a first down. I'm not familiar. Does the clock stop on a first down here?
That is correct.
Okay.
Once the ball is set,
then it restarts. Okay.
Then it restarts.
Okay.
So that's the thing you also have to remember for those of you watching. 1st and 10. They're going to give it to Schwartz, believe it or not.
Oh, he breaks a tackle.
Break around. He'll get to about the 30-yard line and then tackle about the 32. So a nice run. And there's a Hillsborough player down. And I don't know if he was just blocked wrong or something, but somebody's shaking up down there. Was on that play, that looked a little bit unusual.
Frank, stay here. I'll push off, right? It's going to be 2nd and 3 and we're winding.
That was a gain of 7. Joey, what happened on that play?
Let's take a quick replay. It looks like it's a guard on the right side, I believe. Yeah, it looks like he got rolled over. He looks like he got rolled over on that. It looked like the left guard actually he got rolled over.
And sometimes the linemen just collided into each other, which does happen, especially when you're in combat like that. And sometimes things just go wrong.
Yeah, it looks like they were working on either his knee or his ankle there. So,
well, the person in question is 75, the junior.
The guy got tackled at the 42.
Joandel Nebbit,
Came to 43.
who was shaken up on that play.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's hope the kid is okay. And
well, that's the important part.
Yep.
Stay there, Frank.
So that's next person up. It's 2nd and 3. And now Hillsborough with a little bit of a free timeout. I don't believe that in the final 2 minutes you take away a timeout on injury.
Right.
So 2nd and 3. They do wind the clock. Devin will take the snap and another handoff to Schwartz. He'll go over the boundary. He has a first down. Now he gets out of bounds. And I think there's a flag down, too, close to the 30. We'll find out what this is about. So.
Holding. Offense. That's a 10-yard penalty. The previous spot will replay 2nd down.
Another holding call against Hillsborough.
32 to the 22. 32 to the 22.
So that'll make it 2nd down, and
yeah,
I lost it for a second. That's all right. So a holding foul against Hillsborough. That's a second one that has taken away a first down.
Yeah, that's kind of bad. They're with Hillsborough at this moment is self-destructing on their own, giving up 21 points this way too. Getting a first down and calling and having a penalty called.
Well, again, they're gonna give it to Schwartz, and I don't think he got anything on that one. And Hillsborough has 1 timeout left. Now, wait a second. Piscataway is going to stop the clock, and they're going to use their last timeout. They know that timeouts don't roll over into the second half.
Well, I mean, not only that, but there's still time. You never know. They may be, if Hillsborough runs the ball, I mean, then there's nothing they can do. But they still have, they may have that opportunity to get the ball back with some time left on the clock. And the way they completed that pass earlier, who knows?
Yeah, there have been a lot of key plays here in this first half, but Piscataway has been incredibly dominant. And as I said, there's a reason that they're 5-2 on the year. I mean, they began with a win over Edison. They lost to Bridgewater Raritan. They ran off 3 in a row, defeating Old Bridge, Ridgewood, and South Brunswick. They lost to Sayreville and then beat East Brunswick to lead them up to that 5-2 mark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, they're playing a great game tonight. The play selection has been really good. They have 2 backs that are really running the ball well, and they've completed a number of passes. So they're all in all they have a complete offense at the moment. Hillsborough has no answer for them on defense.
All right, so 3rd and 13, ball spot at the 21. They're going to give it to Schwartz, who turns a corner. He's got first down, crossing the 40, and he's out of bounds. Let's check to make sure there are no flags, and there are not. So this one will count, and it'll be a first down for the Raiders. He got out of bounds at a 41, so it was a gain of 17 for Schwartz. And now with 47 seconds left, Hillsborough still has one timeout to work with. And good recognition by Schwartz to get
out of bounds.
Yes.
Yeah, that is correct. I mean, the play was going that way, but, smart for him to get out of bounds and not try to get anything extra.
They go spread here, 1st and 10. Hillsborough, their own 41-yard line, taking the snap. Karana with a flag down. Oh, and he's hit pretty high down right back in the line of scrimmage.
Number 60 offense. That's a 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
And that is the third holding foul against Hillsborough.
Yeah.
And so that'll make it a 10-yard penalty. So, I mean, Hillsborough has had 4 major penalties, 3 holdings, and 1 sideline interference on a kickoff return, keep in mind.
Which would have given Hillsborough great field position also. And, once again, they just shooting themselves in the foot with these penalties and everything right now. And it's the second penalty on this drive right now.
So it'll be second down. Devin Karana goes spread here with Schwartz to his left. Clock down to 20 seconds and counting. They're going to give it to Schwartz. They're going to play it safe. Trying to turn the corner. He'll get back to about the 38-yard line. He'll get 5, but that'll look to be the final play of the first half.
Yeah.
And for Hillsborough, they need to regroup because this was a rough first half for them. Your thoughts, Joey?
I'm just saying they really do need to regroup. They had that one great defensive stand, and that was it for the first half. Offensively, they need to come up with some better drives and figure out some of this stuff, where they come up, with some passing plays or something where and eliminate all these penalties. That's what they need to do.
Well, Hillsborough's going back to the drawing board as we go to snack break here. Piscataway with an impressive first half. They lead the Hillsborough Raiders by a score of 21-0. So why don't we go ahead and take a break? We'll come back in a couple minutes with the Pride of Hillsborough Raider Marching Band and their fall performance.
Welcome to Howe Insurance Group. We have proudly helped Princeton area residents since 1885. We're fully bonded, certified, and insured, so you can expect to receive only the highest quality coverage possible. Whether for life, property, or vehicle, our skilled and experienced staff will make sure you're completely covered. Howe Insurance Group. Call us or visit our website now.
right, we are back here at David Noonan Field in Hillsborough. I'm Tom Wilkins, along with our MVP for this one, Andrew Schwartz, who has had 8 days of running, and now he can
Do you ever wonder what happens under the big top? When the audience leaves and the lights are turned down? Well, a myth tells the story of the night circus. Opens in the dark of night and closes at sunrise. So let's see what we can find. Oh my! What a nice hat! Does this belong to the ringmaster? Ladies and gentlemen, people of all ages, welcome all ages to the night circus.
Excuse me.
Let's check the magic truck and see what our next act will be. Ah, the aerialist! Constantly risking it all as they climb the high wire and balance high above a sea of faces. For this is the performer who must take each step to advance toward that still higher perch where beauty stands and gravity awaits. walking a tightrope. The juggler is often used as a metaphor for the kind of change one needs in life. The juggler's artistry and skill reminds us that we can accept and balance change. Let's see what change we can drum up. Silence is often seen as an absence, a void, or a lack of sound. However, in the realm of the mime's art, silence possesses a unique power that can convey emotions, thoughts, and experiences that words alone cannot express. The mime celebrates the eloquence and significance of silence in poetic expression. Remember, behind every mask is a face, and behind every face is their story.
right, we are back here at David Noonan Field in Hillsborough. I'm Tom Wilkins, along with our MVP for this one, Andrew Schwartz, who has had 8 days of running, and now he can rest. Back-to-back 4 touchdown performances, this one leading Hillsborough to a homecoming night, 30-18 win over the Bridgewater Raritan Panthers. Your thoughts on tonight, Andrew?
Unbelievable performance by this team. You know, we came in, we played hard and physical football. That's the way Hillsborough football is. We pound the rock, we do everything we need to do, and these guys stepped up. The offensive line was incredible tonight. All props to them.
I'll tell you something else. As much as you had such a difficult start playing 3 prominent teams, Washington Township, Ridge, Phillipsburg, I mean, obviously it was stacked up against you early. How much have you grown, and has this team grown from the bumps in the road in the first half of the year?
You know, adversity is tough to handle, but I felt we've handled it so well, and it's built us up for this moment here tonight. And you know, we responded the way I knew we were going to respond, and we came out here with W, and I'm so proud of them.
And you know what? I'm sure the whole city of Hillsborough is very happy with that. What do you think tonight was the difference?
You know, just guys believing. We believed. We knew what we had around us, the players, the coaches, and we knew we can come and handle business. Bridgewater's a good enough, and we wanted it more, we would get it done, and we did.
And I think the big question for you, Andrew, going to next Friday night here in Hillsborough, your senior night, you're looking forward to that. How do you expect to build from this one?
No, we're going to go in, we're going to watch the film this week, see where we need to improve, and take it from there, and you know, keep playing hard and physical.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you next Friday night. Keep up the good work and stay healthy, Andrew. Appreciate a few minutes of your time.
Thank you so much.
That is Andrew Schwartz, who ends up scoring 4 touchdowns in tonight's win as the Hillsborough Raiders defeat the Bridgewater Raritan Panthers by a score of 38-18 tonight. For Andrew Dars and Howard Gaber, I'm Tom Wilkins. Thanks for joining us here on HS.
Mailbox Business Center.
All right, we welcome you back here to David Noonan Field here at Hillsborough High School in Hillsborough, New Jersey. Getting ready for the second half as Piscataway is about to receive the ball with a 21-0 lead over Hillsborough in a pretty crisp autumn night here in October, as the kickoff is directionally kicked and picked up at the 25-yard line rather, and not going to get much farther than maybe the 26-yard line, as where Piscataway will start. I'm Tom Wilkins, along with Joey Pagan. Howard Gaber taking care of the controls. I'd like to also thank everybody tuning in on NFHS. Thank you guys for joining us here. Also on the HSG network here on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, and when you subscribe, we got plenty of good stuff, especially some youth leagues, and maybe some state playoffs to go with that. So that and youth football coming up. Make sure you subscribe to HSG Network on YouTube. So a little cross-sponsor there.
Yes.
So Piscataway with a 21-0 lead. They get the ball to start the second half, and they're at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. Of course, led up by their junior quarterback, Landon Purnell. He'll be lying modified here, 3 wide slot left. Taking the snap. Rush is coming, and looks like he's going down this time. Yes, he is. Down to 20-yard line. And the first sack of the game for the Hillsborough defense.
Now, that's the Hillsborough defense that I like to see. You know, that was good there, you know. They came out, you know, with their ears pinned back, and, you know, Piscataway went for a pass there. I thought they were going to actually run the ball on first down to keep this clock moving. But, you know, he dropped back the pass, and Hillsborough came up with a great play. This is exactly what Hillsborough needs.
Alex Trutcham comes through with the sack, his first sack of the first sack of the game, and him being a senior, I mean, regardless of the score, that's got to be special for him.
Definitely. As a senior, you always want to, you know, show out and be able to get do what you can during this game here for yourself.
2nd and 6, the ball's at the 20-yard line. Again, modified is Purnell. They send a man in motion. They'll triple the left side now. Taking the snap, back to pass, looking. Now he's under a rush. Going to try and heave one. He's got a man. Too high, incomplete.
All right.
They went left side, but it looks like we're seeing Kevin Carty coming through with some defensive pressure, and a lot of it.
I think that was one of the adjustments he decided to do at halftime is, you know, we need to get a little more pressure on this kid so that he doesn't set his feet and able to throw the ball, which is good. You know, now this is what you want. You want 3rd and long. You want them behind the sticks. You know, and hopefully you can come up with a 3rd down play here where they don't get a first and you get a 3 and out and you get the ball back and we can score. You know, you can get a quick score on the board.
So it'll be 3rd and 16 from the 20-yard line. If Hillsborough can get a 3 and out here, that would be very important. That'd be a building block to try and get themselves back in the game. Again, man in motion. This time in a shotgun is Purnell. He'll take the snap, quick throw, pass is caught, they close it up, and getting to about the 34-yard line, about 3 yards shy of a first down.
Right. Good call. We saw that play earlier in the first half, in the first quarter, you know, the way he threw the ball a little higher, and this time it was a much better pass. It's 4th down. I don't know if they brought out the punt. I believe they did.
Yeah, they did. They did. It was a gain of 12. They needed 16, so they fell short, and Hillsborough did the job, but be careful of the fake.
Right.
That's what I have to say all the time, because you never know what that could be a play here.
Yeah, I mean, up 21 points, I don't think you do, and your defense has been playing great. Hillsborough hasn't been playing well on offense, so.
No rush here, and a high spiral. Taken and juggled, but luckily falling down about the 25-yard line. Close call. And it looked like Shane Carano was the one who had it, and it just slipped out of his hands, but he fell on it. And Hillsborough will get the ball, their own 25. Hey, at least they made a 3 and out. They hang on to possession. Now let's see if they can build from here.
That is correct. But, I mean, here you almost had the disastrous play for you. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to build on what you just finished doing defensively, and you fumbled the punt. So let's see what offense comes up with here.
Devin Carana back in the shotgun on first down. Oh, this looks like a direct snap to Schwartz, and he'll get to about the 30-yard line. Something else to consider. More like a wildcat situation there, but here's something else to consider. I would see a lot more tempo coming from Carty here in this second half, being down 3 scores.
I believe you're right, and they ran no tempo in that first half, so that they would run it now a little bit would be a great idea to try to keep this ball moving. 2nd and short, 2nd and 5 is not a bad thing to have right now. So
I mean, Schwartz has had the ball a lot in this game. 2nd and 5 from the 30-yard line. Carano will take the snap. And again, there's Schwartz trying to push his way. He's going to be a little short of a first down to the 34-yard line. About a yard short,
right.
But it'll be 3rd and a yard.
Right. And here's where they've had their troubles where, they get this 3rd and short and they can't convert. They need to convert here. They've converted once or twice, but here they really do need to convert this 3rd down to keep this ball moving and keep possession, not turn it over back to Piscataway.
And now Hillsborough has their fullback Zion Grant in the game, so this package could move the chains, but we'll see. Looks like a last-second substitution here for Hillsborough, trying to get everybody on the field. 3rd and a yard, and they're definitely condensing the formation. They only got a receiver on the left. They send Schwartz in motion. He will get it. Bounces off. He'll have a first down. He'll cross the 40, 45, down 46-yard line. So that moves the chains another 12 yards as Schwartz is basically carrying Hillsborough on his back all by himself.
I mean, that's exactly what you need right now. I mean, if you're going to call these plays, he needs to break them and get outside, and be able to get all these yards for Hillsborough to keep the chains moving and keep this drive alive for them.
So ball now at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10. Hillsborough trying to get something going here. They got a receiver left. Let's see if they try it again. And now looks like they may have at least one wing here. A double wing, and this time they hand it off and slipping out one tackle, but not a second. This time they went with Jaden Carter, who gets about a yard to the 47-yard line. They went double wing, but Piscataway knew it was coming.
They saw that. They must have seen it on film or something where, they saw that formation and knew that they was going to give the ball on the inside handoff. So, I mean, he was late getting into the offense also. So, that could be a thing, they're bringing him in now. Maybe they're going to give him the ball. So, I mean, this tempo is good for Hillsborough, so let's see what happens.
2nd and 9 from the 47. This time they triple to right. Devin Carra, hard count, but Piscataway's not having any of that. Now they back the receivers up. Be careful how you line up here. And they're going to hand it off to Schwartz. Runs into a guy, and he'll get only to about the 48-yard line. So a couple 1-yard pickups. They got 3rd and 8. You have 8-10 left in the 3rd. Now you're keeping the ball away for now from Piscataway, but you've got to convert on this.
You got to convert on this. This is a big 3rd down here. It's a must conversion here. They need to get these next 7 yards in order to keep this drive alive.
Well, right now time isn't on their side. I mean, 4 minutes plus gone by here in the 3rd, and they just made a last-second substitution here. 3rd and 8. Now they're going to go spread here. I don't know if it's 4-down territory yet, but we'll see. It'll depend on this play. Devin Carra on the shotgun, back to his right. They spread. He takes a snap. Looking, fires, passes caught for a first down to the 40 of Piscataway down to the 38. Good job. And Hamid Kamara, the senior, comes through with a big play and moves the chains for Hillsborough.
And Hillsborough's in Piscataway side of the 50 now, so they're moving the ball. This tempo is working for them at the moment.
That was a gain of 14. They needed 8, and Hillsborough, what looks to be their best drive of the game so far, they're being methodical. They're going to triple to right on a 4-receiver set. 1st and 10 from the 38. Schwartz bobbles the handle, but he'll get to the 35. Slips having their tackle to the 30, down to the 27. Another 11, another chain mover.
Yep. First down.
Great job by Schwartz, cutting back to the inside on that. He saw he had nothing out there. He just turned it up, put his foot in the ground, and turned it upfield and went straight upfield for an extra 4 or 5 yards there.
He may have another 100-yard gain the way things are looking at this point, but there's still a quarter and a half to play.
Right.
And Hillsborough needs to get a touchdown, not a field goal here.
Right.
Ball spotted at the 27-yard line. Hillsborough, their deepest possession of the game here against Piscataway. Again, tripling the right side. 1st and 10. Carana, play fakes. He's going to roll right. He's going to lob one. The pass is caught at about the 23-yard line. Okay. Good catch by Amato.
Good catch. Keeps a good second down. Gives you a good second down. It looks about 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5.
Gain of 4. Zayas with a stop. Probably about 6.
And so that's a much better, manageable second down for them where, now, you can run or you can pass either way. They've been doing well on the short pass, so Let's see what he comes up with here.
Well, they're doing a triple to the left side now. Second down, play fake, and Corral calls his number. Crossing the 20, spins, and he might get to the line of game depending on the spot.
First down.
Yes, in the 17, they move the sticks.
Good job by Hillsborough. The play calling right now is really good. They're keeping the ball moving, and they're once again they got their tempo offense going, calling the quarterback's number on that last play, which was good. So, they had the 3 receivers set to the left, and they moved. They were able to clear out. Late substitution here for Piscataway.
Well, Hillsborough's in the red zone. They are at the Piscataway 17-yard line. Now you gotta need to hurry to get to how they're gonna set things up. 3 wide slot right here. 1st and 10 from the 17. Now they handle it to Schwartz. Bounces off a tackle. Let's see if he turned the corner. He'll get to the 15 and get about 2 on the play.
Good job. Good job by him.
2.
He managed to get outside and get a couple of yards out of it. It wasn't a total loss, which was good. Because you can still get a first down without getting into the end zone here, which is important.
So it's 2nd and 8. Ball right outside the 15-yard line. With Piscataway up 21-0, but Hillsborough looking to get some points on the board here in this third quarter. Very important drive.
Right.
But time-consuming to say the least. They go back to the 4-receiver set, tripling to right. Schwartz to the left of Karana. Devin will take it. He's back, looks, takes a shot for the end zone. It is caught, and you can clear the area for this. Welcome to the end zone. It's Hamid Kamara who gets the score, and Hillsborough is able to come through.
Oh.
Now, when Hillsborough scores a touchdown, usually there's a little light show that goes on, and evidently got a little malfunction, but that's all right. Hillsborough at least got points.
Nevertheless, we got into the end zone, which is what was important. It was a bit of a time-consuming drive. And
now keep your eye on this, Joey. They're gonna go. It looked like they were gonna go for 2, but now they're just gonna take the traditional 1-point extra point. The snap kick on its way to make it 21-7. With 4:15 left here in the third quarter, that's a great pass by Devin Karana. How did this happen, Joey?
All right, he's got a single one high on this side, on the left side. I think he runs this a small skinny post, where the linebacker wasn't able to get underneath. Once again, when you have a great running game here, the linebacker does drop back. But it was a good call. Nice little post play there. Good pass, good throw. Good catch there. Excellent job on the play call there.
And Hillsborough's got one of those scores. Now, it's 21-7. And I would have to think if they try directional kick again,
yes,
they may try to pin Piscataway back a little bit.
Yep. Right. Man, here we go. They're definitely going to try their little directional kick, but right now it was a great offensive series for Hillsborough. A little time-consuming with the run play. Oh, here, look at this.
A little squib, taking about the 35 to the 40, and a hard hit down to the 46-yard line.
Yeah.
So Piscataway will have it in very good field position, as it was about an 11-yard return. Basically, the second line was able to return that.
Right. Doing that, you just gave Piscataway an opportunity to get great field position. So... you just don't want to take that chance.
Well, this is where Hillsborough's defense needs to step up again. They managed to 3-and-out the first time.
Exactly.
Now let's see if they can do it again. A little bit different position here because it's now 21-7. Piscataway's like, okay, we need to wake up here a little bit.
Right. I mean, the tempo offense for Hillsborough was great. Don't know why we didn't see it that first half, but, it is what it is. Right now, they need a 3-and-out or a turnover would be great here.
1st and 10 for the 47. In I formation. Purnell under center here. He'll take it. Handoff. Crashing into the line and only getting about a yard at a 48-yard line. And that was the fullback, Zaire Young.
Good job by Hillsborough there on that play. Stopping them and not allowing them to get anything. I mean, it looks like they gave him a yard, if that, maybe half. But nevertheless, right now the clock is against Hillsborough for the moment. right? So you saw Piscataway came out. They were trying to pass, were not successful. Went back. They're back now to the run and controlling the clock. I'm assuming that's what's going to be the thing here for Piscataway right now.
Well, let's worry about this series first here. 2nd and 9 from the 48. Purnell under center again. Back to pass. Looking. Got to take a deep shot down the field. Double coverage. It is incomplete. Knocked away.
Down.
That was a nice play. Yeah, it looked like a combination of Jaden Carter and Kevin Jones. Both seniors coming through with the knock away, and it forces a 3rd and 9. So
3rd and 9, great defense by both of those guys out there. It was a great move. His route was really nice. I was watching him from the top here. Purnell sat there in the pocket, had plenty of time to throw this ball, and fortunate enough for Hillsborough, they didn't complete. Now they got a 3rd and really long here. So let's hope that Hillsborough's defense can show up one more time and get a stop right here, right now.
3rd and 9 from the 48. This right now for Hillsborough, big play in this game. If they can get more momentum off a stop, but we're going to see if they're able to do it. They triple to right here. Piscataway, Purnell back to pass. It's a rush, slipping out, fires to nobody.
Excellent.
Incomplete. So the heavy pressure on the left by Hillsborough worked, and another 3 and out forced by the Hillsborough defense.
Yeah, that was great defense. It looked like he was going to bring pressure right off the back, and he did, which forced him to have to make an ill-advised pass. Luckily, it wasn't intercepted or anything, and now they get the punt. Or intentional grounding, that's correct. Because I didn't really see a receiver around there, but you never know.
Yeah, it's true, and he might have been outside the box just a little bit, which is why he just ruled it an incompletion. All right, Piscataway to punt. Standing about the 35-yard line. Good snap. A little bit of a rush, but not much. I'll be taken about the 8-yard line. I don't know why he decided to try and catch the ball and try and make a return out of it. Ill-advised decision there. And Hillsborough's going to have to make a long trip starting at their own 9-yard line.
Right. Nevertheless, he held on to the ball. He didn't muff it this time. And you can see right now the difference in Hillsborough offense. The players are running out to the line of scrimmage and getting ready. I suppose when they were that first half, they were like a little methodical. They weren't, they were in the daze there. But now they're coming out fired up.
It almost seems like the pendulum shifted a little bit, but still a little ways to go. 3:04 left here in the third. A very important game for Hillsborough, especially for playoff implications here. They will hand it off to Schwartz. Schwartz will power his way across the 10 and give him the 13-yard line to a 4-yard pickup there.
Not bad. That's a pretty good run. I like his vision. He steps to the line and it sees that there's nothing, and he bounces outside and makes something out of nothing, which is really good. And then 2nd and 6 is not too bad right now. It's pretty good.
Your wallet has been found. It could be picked up.
All right, so 2nd and probably about 7. Well, we're outside the 13-yard line. Devin will take a low snap and then give it to Schwartz again, crossing the 15 and down, I guess, the 17, 18-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down after another 4-yard pickup. So you got 3rd and a long 2 coming up.
Yeah, I would say so. This is definitely a 3rd and a long 2. It's not 3rd and short. This is 3rd and a long 2. This is another play that it's a must-have for Hillsborough Hill. They must convert this 3rd down.
Well, the line of game is the 20. So they're at the 18, so it's a 3rd and 2 as we're under 2 minutes left here in the third.
Right. I mean, so, here, your playbook is still open. There's a lot you can do here. They've been running the ball well with Schwartz, so that threat is always there.
I wonder if Devin's going to call his own number. We'll see. Back to pass. He's going to lob it. Pass is caught now. A flag is down to 24-yard line. So basically the ball and the flag nearly collided with one another. We're going to find out what this is all about here.
What number? 60? All right, we're going to go.
And it doesn't sound good for Hillsborough.
Thank you. Frank, right here. Hey. From the 18 to the 9. Holding, number 60. 10-yard power, half the distance to the goal. 3rd down.
It is a holding call on Hillsborough that will force it half the distance to the goal.
Yeah.
Another dreadful first down taken away because of a holding penalty. That's a 3rd time in this game.
And, unfortunately, when you're running that tempo, you get a little tired. Your linemen get a little tired, and, they feel, hey, I got to hold a little bit to be able to get this play off. But, all All right, let's see what they come up with here now.
Tell you what, the ball and the flag nearly collided.
Yes, he almost hit the ball with the flag. That is correct.
Well, they're going to have to try a pass here on 3rd and 11, back at their own 9-yard line. Devin will take the snap. They're going to give it to Schwartz. He's going to try and get around and not going to be as successful this time. He'll get to about the 12-yard line. And Hillsborough's going to probably have to punt here because you're way too far back in your own territory, and they're going to bring that special units team on.
Yeah, you got to think, the play calling here. I mean, you're where you are, you don't want to take the chance and ill-advised pass, and it gets intercepted. We're so close to the end zone. Something like that can go wrong. The smart move is to punt, and hopefully your defense can hold again and get you this ball back, and you can get better field position and be able to do something, within the next fourth quarter when it starts.
Go back to the last special team decision that may not have been the best one. And this is where Hillsborough is right now, as there is a low-line drive punt. And it doesn't take a Hillsborough bounce, but it bounces out of bounds at their own 37-yard line for a 28-yard punt, or a 26-yard punt, and that will mean Piscataway with remarkable field position in plus territory and 17 seconds left in the third.
Yeah, I think this is their best starting field position right now.
Well, don't forget the 2 turnovers.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, so... Yeah, I mean, Piscataway right now with the ball here, they gave him great field position. They can do anything that they want at the moment. So let's see if they run it and try to end this fourth quarter here, or if they pass.
They're going to spot the ball to Hillsborough 38. Purnell back in modified here, 1st and 10. 3 wide slot left here. Purnell making sure everyone in position here. Now they get man in motion. And somebody jumps. Who is it, though?
Illegal snap. Offense, 5-yard penalty.
An illegal snap has been called. So they moved the ball, so therefore a 5-yard penalty, and it makes it 1st and 15. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's the first penalty against Piscataway tonight.
Well, I think they've had one. I'm not exactly sure, but, nevertheless, this is, I believe, their second. Yes, but...
they had one on defense earlier in the game. My apologies there. So 1st and 15 for the 43-yard line. Again, Purnell with a single back at 3 receivers, 2 left. And they have a wing, too, don't forget. Again, man motion. And he switched the slot guy to the right. And now what happened here?
Dead ball foul.
Delay of game.
Wow.
5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And all of a sudden, Piscataway commits back-to-back 5-yard penalties, and it's 1st and 20. They're going the wrong way.
They're definitely going the wrong way, and it's good for Hillsborough. This is where now Piscataway can possibly make a mistake, and an ill-advised pass and a turnover could turn into points really quick for Hillsborough.
All right, so 1st and 20 now to 48. Now Purnell waits with a back behind him. They move a man over, and they throw it, and the pass is caught to midfield and maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. That was almost movement on the right side before the snap.
Right.
But as it turns out, it's no gain on the play, and we will switch sides as we have hit 3-quarter time. Hillsborough back in a little bit, but there's still 12 minutes decided. After 3, Piscataway leads Hillsborough 21-7. Let's grab a break, and we'll have the fourth quarter for you right after this.
When you want reliable work, trust family-owned A&B Landscaping to make your property look its best. With over 25 years of experience, our design team will help create an oasis in your backyard with landscaping, hardscaping, retaining walls, and more. Our commercial customers rely on us for landscaping and maintenance too. So no matter what type of property, we can handle it. We're the company you can trust, so give us a call today.
Okay, back here in Hillsborough, a chilly October evening for you here in North Central Jersey. I'm Tom Wilkins here with Joey Pagan, Howard Gaber taking care of the controls, broadcasting here on HSG Network on YouTube as well as NFHS. Thank you guys for joining us here for this one as Piscataway has a 21-7 lead going into the final quarter. I'll get my directions on 287 and 78 eventually, but it's 2nd and 20 for the Chiefs. Ball spotted at Hillsborough 48-yard line. They get a man in motion. The overload receivers on the left. Purnell take a shotgun snap. Pumps and fires, and it's caught for about 9. Good play by Damian Amato to not have him go any further.
Right. And mark them.
Bryce Payne with the reception.
That's a good job. Good job by the defense, knowing where the sticks are, and not allowing them to get more than what they got, maybe 8-9 yards out of that. And so now you have a 3rd and 11, it looks like, And, Hillsborough defense needs to come up with one more stop here.
Well, they need to make a stop and then follow through with some more points here.
Right.
But this is a big play here. 3rd and 11. Modified here for Purnell with a back behind him. Man goes in motion, takes a snap. Now he's going to go left. He's got the pocket collapses and he throws it away. They're going to say he was down. It's a sack. It is a sack.
Okay. We'll take that. And what I was going to say was because they were on this side of the 50 with Piscataway, with a 14-point lead, would they take the chance on going for it on 4th down? I don't think so. I don't know if they do that now. They do that now.
Tell you one thing, the pocket closed very quickly on that play. All right, so Piscataway will punt, so Hillsborough did its job. And again, this time it'll be Patrick Novak, the junior, standing at the 39-yard line. This will be a big punt return if Hillsborough is able to get one, but we'll see how it goes. Takes a snap. A little bit of a rush, but a high pop-up. Be careful here. And it'll be downed inside the 20 at about, I'd say, the 17. Yeah. And they're going to, the 18-yard line. That's where Hillsborough will start 1st and 10. It beats the 10-yard line, but still a long way to get to the end zone. Now, each team has all 3 of their timeouts, but 10-13 seems like a lot of time, but for Hillsborough, they need 2 scores.
They need 2 scores, and they need to get one out of those 2 scores quickly. They can't, running the ball has been really good for them. If not, Schwartz has got to break one for a touchdown. That's what he's going to have to do here if they're going to run the ball.
Well, they're going to go 3-wide slot right here. This is going to be a wildcat play, and it's going to be a pass. And I don't know exactly what happened there. The pass incomplete. And it looked like they were going between 2 receivers, Jankowitz and Kamara, and to throw one in between the 2. And there is a Hillsborough player shaken up. So obviously something went wrong on that play. They lined up wildcat because Schwartz had it.
And it looked like he gave the ball back.
Yeah, let's take a look at the replay, Joey. I'm sorry.
Right. No worries.
Yeah, here it is right here. Watch what happens. You see Schwartz is lined up in a wildcat.
Right.
Clock will be on the snap.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so he does hand it off. He gets the snap. He does hand it off back to number 7, the quarterback. And
got a hard hit as he threw.
Yeah.
Devin Karana ended up lining up as a back, so a wildcat to the quarterback, and he just took a hard hit and got the wind knocked out of him a little bit.
Right.
Now he's going to have to go up for at least a play, so they may have to wildcat again here.
Right. Now let's see what Hillsborough, they tried a little trickery there to try to get downfield once again to get a quick score, which was great. It was a good call. He was open, but they just couldn't get the ball there. The pressure was too much.
Well, when he was hit, he throwing the ball, it obviously did not go in the direction that Devin Carano intended to.
Right.
And sometimes it happens when the timing is just a little bit off. So now Schwartz has got to play quarterback or wildcat here.
Nope. Or somebody else's.
Well, he's going to get the handoff anyway. Hey. And he has a hole. Look at this. He goes close to about the 28-yard line, but it's still going to be good enough for a 1st down. For the moment, quarterbacking is number 16, Cooper Wright, the sophomore.
Right.
Who now is coming into a pretty big set here.
So that's what I told you, right? It looked like he was going to be able to break it for that one play, for that one big play. Running the ball is not a bad idea. With Schwartz, he does get a lot of yards, but, you still have to be concerned about the clock here. So you don't want to take too much time running the ball. You want to be able to get the ball downfield also.
1st and 10. Oh, Piscataway coming here as here is, again, Schwartz, who's able to he gets tripped up and gets some positive yardage here. Got about, I'd say, 5 to the 33-yard line.
Right. But nevertheless, he got tripped up. Lucky for Piscataway, they were able to get a shoestring tackle there on him.
They've been able to just get enough of him to go down.
Right.
And keep in mind, Schwartz has had several double-digit yard runs in this game. Now they're going to triple the right side. And they might pass this one. No, they're going to give it to Schwartz. He's going to reverse gears. Let's see if he can break out of another tackle. Not this time. Down to the 31. He ends up losing about 2.
Yeah.
Well, here he goes.
I don't see what's happening here. I don't know whether the center's not getting the ball farther enough or the quarterback is lined up too deep. He just keeps bobbling the ball on the exchange there.
Well, that's the thing. Cooper Wright is, like I said, the quarterback right now. He's number 16. And right now Karana is on the bench next to the Gatorades getting checked out, possibly a hit to the chest, upper body injury. So 3rd and 7. They got 3 receivers left. And Wright will take the snap, play fake this time, looking, and the sophomore is getting a lesson in varsity football there as he goes down to the 25-yard line, maybe the 20. They're going to say the 23, and Hillsborough will end up going 3 and out. And that first play basically changed everything here.
Changed the whole dynamic of the offense at the moment, but that's exactly what you want to do to a sophomore quarterback. He's coming in the game cold off the bench. You want to bring some pressure to create something that hopefully have him make a mistake. But getting the stack was the biggest deal for them right now, Piscataway. Let's see if they can get a good punt off here.
All right, well, I tell you, the punter has been pretty busy here. Takes the snap. This time there's no rush, and it's a pop-up punt. That'll take a Hillsborough bounce. It'll cross the midfield stripe, and it will roll to the 43-yard line. And that is where Piscataway will start in their own territory with 7:12 left. So Hillsborough's defense obviously much better in the second half. Now, their offense had a great first drive, but since then it looked like Piscataway was able to make the adjustments, making it tough for Karana, who, by the way, is still being checked on the sideline. So this could be Cooper Wright's game to finish.
It could be his game to finish, and they need to work out that quarterback exchange there. So that he's bobbled the ball a number of times already, trying to hand the ball off to Schwartz, and we have to see, what the defense can do here. Like I said, Tom, a turnover right away would be great, So let's see what they can dial up here.
1st and 10 from the 43. Let's see what happens with Purnell giving the handoff. We haven't called this guy in a while. The ball is loose! But they say he's down. Say he's down.
I believe he was down already also.
Yeah, Simmons with the carry, and it looked like he went down maybe the ground caused the fumble, but they give him 3 to the 46-yard line.
Wow, that was close. I mean, let's take a quick peek at it here. All right.
I had my head down when this happened.
Yeah. So let's see what happens here. He just hands the ball off, and he gets grabbed here, and ground caused the fumble. Ground, or his knee was down, I believe. It was a good call by the ref, nevertheless.
Right, 2nd down. So now Purnell with a back behind him. And the clock running here. He takes the snap, throws short pass, slips out of a tackle, and goes to about midfield, and then the ball pops out of bounds. Evidently, we're playing a game of volleyball with football here all of a sudden. They're going to say the 49-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and 4. So Hillsborough's going to have to try it again as we're at the midway point of the final quarter.
And if you would have seen right there, the defender had his back to the ball. If he just turns around quicker, he can see it and possibly intercept it, and there was nothing but green grass in front of him.
Or in this case, green turf.
Green turf. There you go.
3rd and 4 from the 49. Purnell again in a shotgun back behind him. Takes it, pitch out. It's Simmons. Can he get through? He cannot. He's back to the line of scrimmage. So if anything, how about this? Hillsborough has forced Piscataway onto 4 3-and-outs here in the second half.
Right.
And now you got 4th and 4, and I would have to figure you're going to play a game of field position if you're head coach Dan Higgins.
Yep, the punter is coming out here, so Hillsborough will get the ball back with 5 minutes and running. So let's see what happens.
Well, the spotlight is on Cooper right now. Now, he'll get a chance to get back on the field because, like I said, when you go from freshman and JV football, you get the varsity, it speeds up. You get to college, it speeds up even more. And then football, and then the pros, well, it speaks for itself.
Super fast.
All right, standing at the 35, the snap, not much of a rush this time, and a low line drive. That's going to take a little bit of a Piscataway bounce, but it rolls to about the 25-yard line. That is where Hillsborough will start. Now, just to give you a little bit of a game reset,
Yep.
Hillsborough down 2 scores. They had all 3 of their timeouts, so this is Piscataway. And remember, Devin Carana out after being hit like the last drive in the ribs and being attended to on the sideline. So at the moment, it's going to be Cooper Wright who will be trying to lead this team to get within a score, but they're going to need a score right here and now.
Right. I mean, this is a big play here. They need something right away. They need it right away.
Three wide slot left here as Wright is back throw, and it's caught by Schwartz, who slips out of a tackle, gets to the 30, and goes down to about the 32. So Schwartz was able to figure out where he was on the field and able to get a nice gain. So they're going to give him 8 on the play, maybe 9.
It looks like they're going to give him about 8.
Yeah, 32-yard line.
Yeah, and that's great. That's what they needed. They need to get out of that huddle quickly and get the ball downfield.
That's exactly what they're doing. They triple the left side, 4 receiver set, 2nd and about 2. Right, the pass fires. It is caught for a first down to 41-yard line. And very quickly, and this time it's Amano who caught it.
Right.
So very quickly, Hillsborough lines up on a new set of downs. Coming up on 4.5 minutes left in regulation. Piscataway 21-7 right now, but Hillsborough not giving up. They're going to give it to Schwartz on first down. He'll turn the corner. He'll get to the 45 and it's spilled down. I don't think there was any malicious intent. It was just it was close to the bench. That was very close.
I thought for sure we were going to get a penalty there, but there was no flags thrown.
Oh, that could have very easily been ugly, but everyone's momentum carried to the sideline. The officials decided to not throw a flag there because everyone was heading that way.
Right. So Hillsborough now, with this tempo, they're working the ball, they're moving it, but the clock's still not, not in favor.
But they stopped it at least. Back goes Wright, looking, has some time, runs out, flagged out. Oh, he's hit right at the line of scrimmage and brought back. And we'll see what the penalty's all about.
Flag. I don't know. What do you got?
Yeah, it's a ridiculous rule again.
Well, we're going to find out exactly what the deal is here.
Holding. Offense, number 60. 10-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Another hold against Hillsborough.
I think that's his 2nd holding penalty himself.
In the second half.
Yeah. So that's just terrible right now. They had great momentum going, and now, you get this penalty.
And not only that, the clock runs. So you go from a 2nd and 5 to a 2nd and 15 in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. And now you're under 4 minutes till time. And Hillsborough's going to really have to speed things up. Once again, for those of you just joining us, Cooper Wright in for Devin Carana, out with an injury. Let's see what happens here as Wright goes back to pass. Going to take a shot downfield and overshoots the intended receiver, Hamid Kamara, incomplete. That was a good try, but just threw it a little bit early.
Yeah, good try. He had separation. He had a little room there, but once again, that's just first team work with the with the receivers. Your timing is not there with them, so it's tough.
All right, so it'll be 3rd and 15. At this juncture, you'd have to think it's 4-down territory here.
Yeah, I would assume 3 minutes. This is the whole season right here. That's exactly so.
And remember, a loss here in Hillsborough is pretty much done from the playoffs scenario here. They triple the left side, 3rd and 15. Wright fires a little high, incomplete. They went from Kamara again, and he was open, just a little bit off. And now it's 4th and 15.
Yep. And he was wide open again. If he would,
And they went with the inner slant, and just with the timing, it was just a little bit of a high throw. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, the corner played soft. He stayed in his flats for the most part. Safety, he made the cut underneath the safety. Safeties were deeper than the sticks, so that would have definitely been a first down, if not more.
Well, this is pretty much potentially Hillsborough's season here. 4th and 15, ball at the 36-yard line. 4 receivers tripling to left. Back goes right, looking. Going to take a shot. And it's incomplete, but a late flag comes in, and there might be interference. Hosea Zayas along the near side may have held the intended receiver, Kamara. Now, it all depends on the penalty here. If it's interference, it could be a first down.
The 15 yards is going to give him a first down because it's 13 to go, okay? All right. Pass interference. Defense. That 15-yard penalty results in a first down.
A major break for Hillsborough on 4th and 15. A pass interference call, regardless of how deep the pass is, it's a 15-yard penalty in high school. So that puts Hillsborough now at a Piscataway 48, and with 3:26 left, still breathing.
And Kamara, he's been getting open right off the line of scrimmage. So I see where this kid doesn't want to get beat right now.
Well, here's first down, and right fires. It is deflected and incomplete. And I'll tell you what, good job by Rode Cajas, the senior, number 51. He was able to bat that down. There have been a couple deflected passes in this game as Piscataway's front line has done a good job, especially in the first half when they shut Hillsborough down.
Yeah, they have been doing a great job, and they've been smart enough to get their hands up. And once again, he's 6'1" also. He's 6'1" also. He's a senior. So, this defensive line is really tall.
And they're not done growing, don't forget.
Yeah.
And especially for the sophomores and juniors, you still got a couple years to go. 2nd and 10 from the 47-yard line. Here's Wright, back to pass. He's under a rush. He's going to call his number, and he takes a shot at the 45-yard line. That could have been disastrous.
Yeah, that could have been really disastrous for this young man. But he managed to duck underneath that hit, and he was able to get by. Let's see what they call up here. They need to get a play out quickly.
Well, they got 2. It's 3rd and 8 from the 45-yard line. Got 2 shots, get to the line game, but now time is an issue. Keep in mind, Hillsborough has all 3 of their timeouts left. They triple the left side. Let's see what Cooper Wright does here. The sophomore quarterback takes the snap, looking. Going to take a shot down the field, and just a little bit high, incomplete. This one they got intended for Jeff Projan, the junior. Just a little high for him, and now it's 4th and 8, and now we're back to the same situation we were a few minutes ago.
Exactly. What it was that they had man on man over here on this side, and they figured, we'll go on the one-on-one rather than the trip side. So we'll see what they come up with now.
Well, again, they're going far side with the triple on that 4-receiver set. 4th and 8 from the 45. Right back, fires, and the pass is, I believe, caught for a first down. Yes, it is, at the 35-yard line. And we talked about Projan a moment on the last play. He got 10 and moves the sticks for Hillsborough.
Hey, keep your head.
Yeah, every pass for this young man has been to the right side right now. I mean, it's working. It's working. The defense is not even recognizing that at the moment. So,
and now wait a second, we got a timeout called by Piscataway. So we're going to keep it here with 2:18 left. And while we have a second, let's tell you about the Hillsborough High School crew, which is led by head coach Kevin Carty Jr., assisted by Don Adams, Wayne Briggs, Kevin Carty Sr., Vince Coviello, TJ Schultz, PJ Jankowitz, Brandon Welter, Tim O'Sullivan, and Bob Doherty. The superintendent is Mike Volpe. The principal of Hillsborough High School, Jeff DeLullo. Athletic director is Michael Davis. Athletic trainers are Michael Schiffman and Amanda Miller. Let's not forget about our cheerleading coaches, Samantha Shurik and Amanda Ribello. And, of course, the Pride of Hillsborough Raider Marching Band, who did, again, a phenomenal job with their halftime show, led by band director Nick Clipperton along with Grace Trumpy. And the team doctor for Hillsborough is James Monica. And obviously, we got to thank, if this happens to be the last broadcast, we got to thank the Fifth Quarter Club, too. So, The touchdown club. I mean, couldn't get the name right. I was just trying to fire it off,
Well, right now, Hillsborough's coming out. Do you think they go to the end zone here, or they just try to continue to move the ball upfield? There's 2 minutes left.
Yeah, 2:18. I take a shot. Back goes right. Looking. Again, wait a minute. Play's been blown dead. What we got?
2:18 on the clock there. 2:18. Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So a false start. I believe we're going to be back to 2:18 following the false start, as the official stated. So that makes it 1st and 15. I think it was the left side that moved because the flag came from that far side.
Okay, thank you. First down.
Yeah.
So it's 1st and 15 from the 40-yard line. Again, Cooper riding the shotgun. Same formation as before. Takes the snap, makes his first throw left, and the pass is caught, trying to cut in. A hard hit, gets the penalty yards back at the 35-yard line. Amato with the catch for a 5-yard pickup. That forces 2nd and 10. Very quickly, Hillsborough lines up. Obviously, they've been going no huddle for a while. This time, back goes right. Looking. Another throw left. He's got a man, but then a flag is down. Possibly a late hit, because the flag came down where the quarterback was, and in that area was Donald Young.
Foul, roughing the passer. Number 53, defense. 15 yards, automatic, first down.
And a big first down for Hillsborough, thanks to roughing the passer. That'll move things down to about the 20-yard line.
Wow, that was a big call there, and it looked like he tried to hold up, but he wound up hitting him. And this is helping Hillsborough at the moment, but they need to get into the end zone now. They're running out of time here. I mean, you can't get the refs to bail you out all the time. You need to get the ball in the end zone now and maybe try an onside kick if the most, and see what happens.
Well, keep in mind, there's been a 4th down where a pass interference call moved the sticks, and now roughing the passer, and Hillsborough on the edge of the red zone here, 1st and 10 at the Piscataway 20. Can Cooper Wright lead them to pay dirt and make this an interesting game? He'll take the snap, a low one, gonna throw, and it's incomplete. I guess the timing was a little bit off there. I think they went with Shane Carana here.
I believe that's who they were trying to get in the middle of the field there. Yep. Fortunately, it stops the clock there for them, so an incomplete pass.
Well, with 1:50 left, I mean, they still have time. It's not over yet. But, hey, crazy things happen in the final 2 minutes of football games, especially in any level. Now, all right, now we got a penalty flag down. Let's see what this is about.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 81, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
So they get the junior, again, Jeff Projan, who moved right before the snap. 81. So it ends up being 2nd and 15.
2nd down, Here we go.
Clock down to 1:50 left.
Yeah, so right here, now Hillsborough's going to come back on offense, and once again, like I said, I think they got to take a shot here.
Back goes right. He will take a shot. And it's intercepted at the 5-yard line. Piscataway comes back the other way. 30. He may take it all the way to midfield. The 40, the 30, all the way down to the 20-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle by Aiden Herrera.
Yeah, I don't want to say that's the ball game, but that.
Well, we got flagged after the play. All the way on the far side. The interception's going to count.
It might be a sideline celebration.
Okay. All right. We're going to go from the 23 back to the 38, okay?
It's got to be on Piscataway.
An interception and a first down for Piscataway. After the play, sideline interference with contact, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Here, be 1st and 10. Frank, 23 to the 38.
So there you go. Each team now has been guilty of sideline interference.
Right. Exactly.
And when a referee gets hit by a player, that's the definition of sideline interference, and both teams have committed that foul. This one, I'm sure Piscataway doesn't mind, because they are almost set to seal this one here.
Right.
With 1:36 left. But, hey, give credit to Hillsborough and Cooper Wright. He did the best job he could in a, shall we say, a big changing situation here.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take off from here, but Hillsborough, good fight tonight. You know, the young man tried to come in and do what he had to do, but he couldn't come. He came up short tonight, so, you know, thank you very much, everyone, and I'll be signing off.
All right, thank you very much, Joey. He's going to take care of the officials, Mike, as Hillsborough uses their first time out here with a minute 31 left. So each team down to 2 timeouts here. Piscataway got all 21 of their points in the first half thanks to 2 touchdown runs by Mickey Simmons. And Mickey, don't forget, had a 60-yard run to set up the first touchdown, which was a touchdown pass by quarterback Landon Purnell to Hosea Zayas, who's been a very integral part of this game. For Hillsborough, the touchdown came as, I believe it was Kamara who caught the touchdown catch from quarterback Devin Karana. Unfortunately, Devin suffered an injury in the second half and had to be replaced by Cooper Wright, the sophomore, who led the Hillsborough team down to a pretty good drive in like the last few minutes, but unfortunately for him, an interception happened at the 5, which was returned about 70 yards. And this is where we are right now, Piscataway with a 21-7 lead. And they played a very good game. I think Hillsborough, after that emotional performance last week, may have been a little bit flat, and that might have been the difference in this one. Here on second down, going down to about the 34-yard line is Simmons, as we mentioned. Now Hillsborough will use their second timeout. Now coming up next week for Piscataway, they are traveling to Monroe High School to finish off the regular season. So, and I understand, I mean, who knows? I mean, from my understanding, Monroe's had a little bit of a tough year, but we'll see how they do with that. As far as Hillsborough, they'll finish the regular season at Hunterdon Central High School. Going into today, Hunterdon Central was 4-3. I mean, Hillsborough's played at a very, very competitive conference this year with Phillipsburg, Ridge, Bridgewater Raritan, and Hunterdon Central. And remember, they started the year against Washington Township down pretty much in Rowan, which is literally next door to Washington Township. So this has been a bit of a challenging year for the Raiders. And think of this. If Hillsborough does get into the playoff picture, depending on what happens next week, more than likely they'll be on the road. So, but we still have plenty of football games to decide. 3rd and 6. Ball spot to 34-yard line is Purnell under center. Pitch is out. He's going to call his number. And now he's going to try and slip out of a tackle and gets waved down at the 36, loses about a yard, and Hillsborough, I believe, will use their last timeout right here with a minute 15 left.
Timeout. Hillsborough, 3rd and final timeout.
All right, looks like Howard has put a set on here.
Trying. All right, so what I've been told is that they have a good chance with all of their residual points that they're getting from all these teams they're playing and the wins they've had to get into the playoffs, but it looks like it's going to be an away game. So it all depends on what happens next week at Hunterdon Central. But you do not have to be 500 to get in the state playoffs anymore.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, they use PowerPoints in a formula. So
that was something I would never be able to figure out.
No, neither could I.
Well, at least allowed, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, so Hillsborough out of timeouts now, as it is 4th and 7. Now, it'll be interesting to see what Piscataway does. Now, if they go for it and they get the first down, it's game over.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, because it's a 40-second play clock.
And it looks like they're keeping their offense on the field.
Yeah, you got to go for it. You don't get it, you don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, run or pass either way. Let's see what happens. Purnell with a full house behind him. Takes the snap. Looking. He's going to take a shot. He has a man, and it is out of his hands, incomplete. He had him. The defender slipped, but unfortunately couldn't come away with it. So it's incomplete. And Hillsborough now has the dubious dishonor of trying to score twice in a minute and 8 seconds and no timeouts.
Yeah, you're just basically looking, just to finish out the game.
Remember now.
Safely, not getting anybody else hurt out there.
Yeah, and obviously our thoughts
You're going to need sports. You're going to need.
Yeah, and our thoughts to Devin Karana. Of course, he took a shot in the fourth quarter, couldn't return to the game. Hopefully he's all right. That's the most important part. They're kids, remember. Injuries, unfortunately, are part of the game, and you don't want it to happen to anybody.
Great experience, though.
Exactly. Here's a pass by Wright caught on the sideline, and that was Kamara with the grab. Got out of bounds. Are they going to give him a first down?
No, one short.
I'm sorry, a yard short. So that'll make it second and a yard. Minute 3 left, 21-7 Piscataway. They'll be playing sideline pretty much the rest of the way here. Almost like how Bridgewater did at the end of that game.
The ball, though, with Wright at quarterback, which is impressive.
Could be something to hope for next year for sure. Here's a throw up the middle, just out of the reach of number 6, Shane Karana. Couldn't quite get it incomplete.
There you go, Mike.
Yeah, and that's been the story of this quarterback. You know, a lot of the throws are just a little too long, and that's how he got intercepted, because he actually threw it over the head of his receiver, and the deep safety got it. So, you know, again, this comes from practice. This comes with repetition over and over and over again, throwing to the same receivers.
And you got a 15, 16-year-old coming in a big spot, and all of a sudden he's amped up, and no wonder he's overthrowing a lot of people. They're going to give it to
yeah, you're going to give it to Schwartz.
But he stays in bounds as he is tackled, and I don't think he got the first down either.
Fourth down.
So the clock runs, 45 seconds left. Andrew Schwartz, possibly his last plays as a senior.
No, he's got next week.
Well, no, on this field, we're saying.
Yes. Okay, Tom, sorry.
That's okay. 4th and 2. That goes right. He'll throw in the middle, and it is deflected, and it
caught.
Oh, it's caught by Karana.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Kamara. There's Kamara and there's Karana. I'm getting all confused here.
Sorry, Tom.
But it's a first down at the 47. Clock now running to 20 seconds left.
So you maybe get another play in.
I think they will. Wright will take the shotgun snap. He's looking. He's going to throw in the middle, and the pass is deflected off and incomplete. A little bit much for Amato. Just went through his hand.
Touch. That comes with experience. You know, he's only a sophomore, so he's got, you know, this whole next season, you know, to get it together, and also practice over the summer with all the 7-on-7s they do.
And that's so key. You just keep with it. I mean, he might be the guy for next year. We'll see. But then again, we still got a couple weeks of football left, so let's see what develops here. On second down, they're going to throw one. Oh, man, talk about knowing where the ball was going to go. That gets deflected incomplete as we're down to 10 seconds left.
And you can't say anything bad about Karate. He's had a great season. He's led them all the way here. All these games. You know, they've been in, you know, the tough games. He's been in some of the games that he's had, you know, have really sparked his team up and got him back, especially last week against Bridgewater.
No question about that. Not only does it build experience, it builds character on so many levels. And that's a great thing about football. It's not just playing 11 on 11. It's basically life lessons to go with it. All right, here's Wright on third down. He's being chased. Down he goes. And that is the exclamation point to this one as Piscataway gets their 6th win of the year. As the clock, did they go zeros yet or no?
It should. No penalty.
Or is there a penalty flag? Hold on a second.
Stay here.
Hang on a second. Game's not quite over yet.
You got 3. I'm black. Get in the head. For 3 away.
No, we don't get that. Blow it.
Yeah, do that then.
All right, let's find out what the ref says.
Personal foul, defense. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. It will be 4th down. Okay? It will be 4th down. The clock will start on the snap. One more play.
It's over.
I don't think there's
right here. Dead ball foul.
You, but it's a dead ball foul, which happened at the end. That's why it came with 1 second.
51. All right, 4th down. Okay?
So that'll put the ball at the Piscataway 49, but
say put it down. Go.
They put it down, put the whistle on it. They snap it before zeros hit. We'll get the playoff. If not, so be it. You can see what the final score is.
Here we go. 4th down.
All he has to do is have it. As soon as he blows the whistle, it's over. Boom.
Oh, it's a dead ball foul.
4th down.
Oh, yeah. So he's going to get one more play.
Yeah, we'll say 4th and goal from the 49. right? A low snap. Looking, will lob it, pass is caught,
there you go,
and taken to about the 36,
still
down to the 34, and that will be a nice catch by Shane Carana, which will wrap things up from Hillsborough. Valiant effort in the second half of Piscataway was too much. The Chiefs beat the Raiders by a score of 21-7 here at Hillsborough High School. Wait a minute, Chiefs and Raiders play on Sunday in the NFL too. Anyway, final thoughts on this one, Howard?
Excellent game, nice and clean game. Enjoyed it. Liked watching it, moved it along. No problem at all. Dang. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Hope everybody enjoyed it on NFHS. It's our second broadcast on the network there. And glad to see that we got it without buffering.
And many thanks to all you at the NFHS people who checked out the game. Make sure you also check out HSG Network on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Plenty of stuff with new football coming soon the next couple of weeks. So wrapping up here from Hillsborough, your final score, the Piscataway Chiefs 21, your Hillsborough Raiders 7. For Howard Gaber and Joey Pagan, I'm Tom Wilkins. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a good night.